Welcome back, Gules and football fans. Big breaking news in Barcelona as Hansi Flick pushes for another Manchester United star after already securing Marcus Rashford on loan. Reports claim Lisandro Martínez could be on his way to Camp Nou, but concerns remain over his fitness. We'll also dive into Barcelona's stadium drama with the Valencia clash, fresh transfer links to Nottingham Forest's Murillo, Pedri and Yamal's award nominations, Andreas Christensen's revived role, and the truth behind Nico Williams rejecting Barca. Let's get into all the details. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick is keen on signing Lisandro Martínez from Manchester United after securing the services of Marcus Rashford on loan from the Red Devils, according to a Spanish report, but there are concerns at the defending champions over a potential deal for the Argentina international central defender. Lisandro Martínez has been at Manchester United since the summer of 2022, when he made the switch from Ajax. The 27-year-old centre-back signed a long-term deal until June 2027, with the option of an extra year, thanks largely to the influence of then-manager Erik ten Hag. Despite battling with injuries, Martínez has proven to be a fan favourite at Old Trafford, admired for his passion, leadership and defensive qualities whenever he's on the pitch. Current boss Ruben Amorim has even included him in United's leadership group, despite the Argentine being sidelined with a knee problem since February. Now back in training and aiming for a return after the international break, Martínez's future has become a hot topic. Reports in Spain suggest he is open to leaving the Premier League for a new challenge in La Liga. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick is pushing hard to bring him in. Having already secured Marcus Rashford on loan from United this summer, Flick sees Martínez as the ideal left-footed centre-back to fit into his system. The Argentine is also said to be keen on the move, making this a transfer story to watch closely. The German boss believes that Martínez, who won the Eredivisie twice with Ajax, the FA Cup once with Man United, and the 2022 World Cup and the 2021 and 2024 Copa America with Argentina, can provide solidity and clean ball movement. Barcelona concerns over Lisandro Martínez. While Barcelona believe that Martínez is a brilliant defender, the defending Spanish champions do have concerns over his fitness. The 27-year-old has had injury problems throughout his time at Man United so far, and this is the biggest obstacle to his signing, according to the report in the Spanish news outlet. However, Barcelona are aware that Martínez is an elite player when available, and club president Joan Laporta views him as a market opportunity. Flick's great desire is Inter Milan and Italy international centre-back Alessandro Bastoni, but Barcelona are aware that he will cost a lot more than Martínez. For Man United, selling Martínez in the middle of the season could prove costly, as Amorim aims to get the club back into the Premier League top four. Martínez is a senior player in the dressing room and is a reliable player in defense when he plays. However, if Lenny Yoro continues to progress and Matthijs de Ligt steps up his game and reaches the level that Man United fans expect him to, then the Premier League club could find it tempting to cash in on Martínez next summer, especially given his fitness issues. Rio Ferdinand has been very vocal about United's transfer business, insisting the club missed out on two key signings he believes could have made a big difference. The former defender didn't hold back, criticizing the Red Devils for their mistakes in the market. Meanwhile, Team Talk reporter Fraser Fletcher has shared fresh insight into United's goalkeeping situation. Despite the arrival of young Belgian keeper Sen Lammens, manager Ruben Amorim still counts on Andre Onana and has no immediate plans to move him on. As for Christian Eriksen, the 33-year-old midfielder is still without a club after leaving Old Trafford this summer. Rumors linked him with a shock move to Leeds United, but the chances of that happening have now been played down. For now, Eriksen continues to search for his next challenge. FC Barcelona are yet to play their first home game of the 2025-26 season owing to the continued delays over their return to Spotify Camp Nou. La Liga accepted the club's request to schedule their first 3 games of the campaign on the road, from which they have collected 7 points. However, the Blaugrana's first home game of the season is now on the horizon, as they are scheduled to host Valencia on September 14th. But the venue for the game remains undetermined as Barcelona are yet to obtain all the necessary permits and licenses required to open the Spotify Camp Nou for the game. La Liga approve Estadi Johan Cruyff as a venue. As such, the idea of Barcelona hosting Valencia at their reserve team stadium, Estadi Johan Cruyff, has been gaining weight in recent days. Now, according to Catalunya Radio, La Liga has given the go-ahead for Barcelona to play the match against Valencia at Estadi Johan Cruyff. The stadium at Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper can only hold 6,000 fans, which falls below the 8,000 minimum attendance required by the league's regulations. However, the organization led by Javier Tebas has seemingly opted to overlook the problem for once, given the special circumstances. Another issue with Estadio Johan Cruyff is the updating of the VAR system available. Although the stadium already has the low-cost VAR system used in Liga F and the Women's Champions League, additional cameras would need to be installed to meet La Liga requirements, including those for semi-automatic offside technology. This would cost approximately €70,000, and the club are prepared to carry out the work, allowing La Liga to give the green light to use the venue for the Valencia clash. Barcelona are being credited with interest in Nottingham Forest's Brazilian defender Murillo, who has been impressing in the Premier League. A new report from Caught Offside states that Barcelona and Arsenal are among the leading admirers for the 23-year-old centre-back. Barcelona reportedly see Murillo as a good successor to Íñigo Martínez, who left the club in a surprise move this summer and joined Al Nassr. Nottingham Forest are said to value Murillo at around €70 to €80 million, although it's not clear if Arsenal or Barcelona would be willing to shell out that amount for the Brazilian. Chelsea, predictably, are also credited with an interest in Murillo and had an offer for the defender rejected earlier this year. Murillo is contracted to Nottingham Forest until 2029, after signing a new 4.5-year contract in January, but does appear to have plenty of admirers if he fancies a new challenge. Two members of the first-team ranks at La Liga champions Barcelona have this week seen their efforts over the early weeks of the new season recognized. As much comes by way of nominations for individual accolades. Barcelona of course kicked the defense of their Spanish top-flight title into gear last month. Barcelona have made a solid start to the season, picking up 7 points out of a possible 9. Their only slip came in the draw against Rayo Vallecano last weekend. While some of Hansi Flick's key players are still struggling to hit top form, two youngsters have stood out, Lamine Yamal and Pedri. Both have been shining with consistent performances, and their efforts haven't gone unnoticed. In fact, Yamal has now been shortlisted for La Liga's Player of the Month award for August. During the summer, when Barcelona sporting director Deco admitted there was a surplus of central defenders in the squad, Andreas Christensen was always the player earmarked to leave and seek a new destination. The Danish international's current contract runs until 2026. And the Blaugrana had no plans to extend it. As such, the initial idea seemed to be for the club to transfer him and make a profit from a player who arrived for free from Chelsea. But Christensen never considered leaving Barcelona, and he kept working hard in pre-season, despite the constant speculation surrounding his future. Christensen to have an important role. Now, according to AS, after being tipped to leave Barcelona in the summer, Christensen will instead play an important role under Hansi Flick in the ongoing season. For the coach, having the Dane in his squad has never been a problem. He has full confidence in the centre-back, valuing his composure, quality, ball distribution, positioning and ability to adapt to instructions. The only concern remains Christensen's recurring physical issues, minor injuries or general discomfort. After all, he was practically sidelined throughout the entire last season. The unexpected departure of Íñigo Martínez to Al Nassr has now further increased his importance. While he is not the first choice on paper, he has already played 104 minutes across the opening 3 league matches. Christensen did not feature against Mallorca, came on for the final quarter of an hour at Levante, and then partnered Eric Garcia versus Rayo Vallecano, where he completed the full 90 minutes and was arguably one of the few defenders to come out with credit. As such, Christensen looks set to earn regular minutes moving forward, thanks to the trust of Flick and his coaching staff, who also want to encourage competition and rotation far more than last term. Barcelona, however, are yet to make a decision on his contract situation. A renewal offer has not been ruled out, though for now it is not on the table. Athletic Club star Unai Simon has this week provided his take on the summer transfer saga linking teammate Nico Williams with a move to La Liga rivals Barcelona. The name of wide man Nico of course dominated the headlines in Catalonia's capital once more earlier this summer. As much came after widespread confirmation was forthcoming that Barcelona had reactivated their efforts to bring the 22-year-old in from Athletic. Just when it appeared as though the transfer was a sure thing, however, Nico, out of the blue, pulled the plug on the operation. The attacker, instead, made the call to put pen to paper on a lucrative long-term contract extension in Bilbao. And one individual who was never in doubt that this would prove to be the outcome is the aforementioned Unai Simon. Speaking whilst on international duty alongside Nico with Spain this week, goalkeeper Simon explained, "I knew that Nico Williams wasn't going to Barcelona. Since last summer he's been so disrespected, There was no football and they had to talk about something, but at no point did Nico say anything. And that's the latest from Barcelona. From Hansi Flick's pursuit of Lisandro Martínez, to the ongoing Camp Nou saga, new defensive targets, and the rise of Pedri and Yamal, it's clear the Blaugrana are facing a season full of challenges and opportunities. What do you think, Kules? Should Barcelona take the risk and sign Lisandro despite his injury history, or focus on other targets like Batoni or Murillo? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for daily Barca updates, and hit the bell so you never miss a breaking story. Visca Barça!